She came to me yesterday, sat beside me, and said she was sorry. She asked for forgiveness. I looked at her and I could just smile. But in my heart, really, I wanted to curse her out, just wanted to cry my eyes out and let her know that her apology will never be enough. I can never bring myself to forgive her. It's better to forgive and forget. But how honest or how applicable is that sentence really? It's for the best. Let's first get that out of the way. It is the best. Forgive and forgetting. And if you were Buddha yourself, you would find it a lot easier to do so. But chances are, if you're watching this video, you're struggling with exactly that: forgiving and, most crucially, forgetting. Are you burning yourself over it? We had this relation, we had this connection, we had this understanding, but and I want things to go back to normal, but I just can't seem to make myself be okay with it. But something in you is still resentful. And even though you have sorted it out once or twice, still that feeling bubble up to the surface and makes you want to lash out. So there's a problem. You want to sort something out. It is not sorting itself out. What is the solution? There are various levels to it. Listen to me. You don't have to. You don't have to forgive them. Look at me. It's okay. You don't have to forgive them. Stop forcing it. I know it is hard, especially if it's with someone you're in constant contact with or you used to be very close with. You don't want to ruin things, you don't want to be difficult, you want to make things go back to normal. But if you are in not in alignment with what you're feeling, if you're constantly pushing away a part of you that just doesn't want to do that, you will cause fragmentation. You will suppress a part of you that needs your attention right now the most. And whatever the reason is that you're suppressing it, maybe it's because you don't want to ruin the relation that you have with the other person, or you're conforming to your own morals where you think forgiving and forgetting is the highest way of being, so you're trying to do that. But in reality, you are not on par with it. Detachment. Considering that you are in close proximity with this person that you have to forgive, detach yourself. Don't take things too personally, at least for some time. Saying detach yourself completely would have worked like a band-aid. But right now, my goal is to deal with very humanly emotions. Anger, hurt, sadness, they are very strong emotions and very difficult to reason with. If you know that you can come back to certain emotions, if you know that you can come back to deal with what you were feeling later on, it will be a lot more easier to detach yourself just for a moment, just for some time. Kind of like an immediate fix. Limit satisfaction. You want to continue to have harmonious relationships with this person that you feel very strongly about right now. Detachment will bring limited satisfaction. Be honest. When you show that you're hurt to someone that has hurt you, when you show anger to someone that has angered you, what is it that you're really looking for? Satisfaction. Satisfaction of being heard, being seen, being understood. And those are not villain emotions to begin with. That is not something that we're up against. What we're up against is trying to find them in places where there is no chance of getting them. Don't be slave to these feelings. Be good judge of character. Be good judge of where can these feelings of mine be heard. And I'm not banging my head against the wall. Just like some sugar can work like poison for you while some can work like heaven. Communication. If it is someone close to you that you have shared a lot of yourself with, try to make them understand that it is not easy for you to forgive them and you need some time for yourself. Detachment is not easy, it is exhausting. And if you're not used to that, if you're not used to the lifestyle, or if that's not a lifestyle that you want to inhibit, so if you are in constant contact with someone that you have to practice that with, you will burn out eventually. So you have to make a situation where you can distance yourself, not just emotionally, where you're detaching yourself, but also physically, where you're not talking to them, you're not meeting them until you sort things out in your own head. So you have to allow yourself time to heal and deal with whatever it was that you were feeling: hurt, sadness, betrayal. Come back. Don't make your pain your treasure. Analyze. Was it that important what you were feeling to begin with? If it was, let the person go. And if you're living with that person, if it's impossible to let them go entirely, practice detachment in the sense that you don't let them in your life or in your head the way that you did before. If what you felt was not more important than that person, let the feeling go. Don't hold on to it. Really. Forget it. This time, Just forget it. So, two scenarios where you're first letting the person go, or second, you're letting the feeling go. In either case that I mentioned, never use what happened as a grudge and torture the other person over it. We are better than that. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Don't come back. If you can't do this, if you want to come back, but if you can't come back to the person without holding this thing over them, don't come back. Don't come back. You will make things toxic. Learn to deal with it. No one will be happy with constant reminder of what it was that was done wrong. Neither you nor them. But won't I be doing wrong by not telling them or not making them realize how much they have wronged me, how much they have hurt me? You will only make yourself miserable and also the other person in the process. You can't make someone realize how much they have wronged you until they want to realize it. And staying and hurting in front of them is surely not the way to go about it. They evaporate. But where do these feelings go? When I come back and I'm still resentful, but I don't want to leave, where will these feelings go? Well, they evaporate. Allow the feelings to dry out in the sun and absorb whatever warmness that is left in your relationship. You can't hold on to everything in your life. Some will slip away, and some you'll have to deliberately push out of your life to live a happy life. Slowly but surely, these feelings will evaporate, and you have to make sure that you're letting it happen, that you're letting it evaporate. You're not holding on to it. But if you want to hold on to it, and if you don't want to let it evaporate, let that person go. Because your attachment to what you're feeling is more than your attachment to that person. Be wise. Negating existence. You're not a robot. There are not certain codes that you can get rid of. You will be reminded time and again of the past, of how you felt, of what went wrong. But you have to erase them every time. Observe yourself, make yourself feel better, and then get on with your life. Depending on the severity of the feeling, the frequency of it will vary. But each time you have to observe them, let yourself go through it, and then let them go. Don't think over it. You have moved past it already. You have thought over it before. You don't have to do it every time. So I have one practical tip over it that has worked for me and I feel like will work for you as well. Don't rush. There is no rush. Get back to living your life. Focus on other things that matter to you before this person came in. Pick your hobbies back up. Focus on your career. Focus on other aspects of your life. Focus on other people in your life. If you don't have hobbies, if you're like, but I have nothing to do, pick a new hobby. Pick a new skill. Life is a big endeavor, and there's nothing more important than your peace of mind. Life usually solves itself. You just have to be patient. My conclusion to all of this is stay and deal with it if you can. Or leave and deal with it and then come back if you want to come back. Third, leave and don't come back if you think you can't deal with it. But be sure to communicate it with the other person who is waiting for you to come back, that you can't come back. In no way whatsoever use whatever happened as a grudge or a tool to torture the other person. You don't have to become a monster to fight one. One day you will wake up and you will find that you no longer want to give the energy to that other person. You don't no longer want to hate them or hold them responsible for what that happened, because you have better things to do and you have better things to look forward to. Namaste.